Hello my friends, Amy Esther here, and remember how I was doing keto? Yeah, it did not go well. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Amy Esther here. I have several chronic illnesses. If you are new here, you can learn all about my chronic illnesses all over my channel or in the links in the description below. I make videos about life with chronic illness here on YouTube, which is why I decided to go keto. And keto is a high-fat, moderate protein, low-carb diet. If you want more information on the keto diet, Google it. There is so much information out there. A lot of people have done keto. Most people do it for weight loss, from what I've seen. I was doing it for a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. Like I said, I have multiple chronic illnesses, including SIBO, a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And I have struggled with SIBO for a long time. I've tried lots of different methods to try to kick SIBO out of my life. And I had someone recommend the keto diet to basically starve the bacteria in my gut from carbohydrates. And so I thought that was a great idea at the time. I decided a few weeks ago. However, as you can tell by the title of this video, it did not quite go as planned, as does most of my life. If you've been here before, you know that. It never really goes as planned, which is fun. I have a fun, exciting life. I never know what's going to happen. So I was super prepared for keto. I thought. I had prepared mentally. That's something to me that I think is the major part of being on a diet, especially a strict diet, is preparing yourself mentally. Now, I actually do very well on very strict diets because I have a lot of chronic illnesses and a lot of pain and a lot of things outside of my control. And when I'm on a strict diet, I take back some of that control. So even if my symptoms get worse, even if I'm struggling with other things because of my diet, mentally, it's almost easier for me to be on a diet because I have control over something and I take back that control. And we're going to talk about that in another video because that's a whole other issue with food that I am dealing with. So make sure you subscribe because that video is coming up on Thursday. But anyway, back to keto. I do really well on strict diets. And so I was really excited. And I love meat and I love cheese. And the actual food portion, I thought I was going to love it, and turns out I did. I was right about that. The actual diet part, amazing to me. However, it obviously did not quite work out for me. So there were a few things going into it that I was a little bit nervous about, things that I was preparing for physically. So of course I prepared mentally. Physically, I had my fridge stocked with food. As you saw, I spent a lot of money at Costco getting all the keto stuff, which, just so you know, is not going to waste. It's still, a lot of it can be frozen, and I'll still be eating everything that I bought. But yeah, I got a lot of keto stuff to prepare. Got rid of all the stuff that wasn't keto. No, I mean, not everything, but I got rid of a lot of non-keto stuff. My husband was doing it with me. We were all in this together. And I prepared that way. And then I also prepared by thinking about some things that my body would struggle with the keto diet. So I knew that I was nursing. So the first thing that I thought about with preparing my body was that I am nursing. And so I did a lot of research about nursing with the keto diet, and a lot of people do it. It didn't seem like a big deal. In fact, it seemed like it was really good for the baby because of all the fat in the diet was actually really good for your baby. And I looked up some tips and tricks on how to transition and make sure you don't, lose your milk supply. So there was that part of it, and that did end up going pretty well. I didn't seem to have any issues there. The other thing that I was nervous about going in that I thought would be one of the problems that I would have with keto is getting dehydrated. So one thing that I learned about the keto diet is I don't know the exact science behind it. You can look that up. This is not the video for that. But it does something to your kidneys to make it so you get dehydrated faster. I guess would be, I don't know the terminology, but basically you need to have a lot of electrolytes and salt added to your diet when you're on keto. Now, I have a condition called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, and I already have low blood volume and already need more electrolytes, more salt. So I have electrolytes every single day. I take salt pills every single day. And so I already do that. And so I thought, I'm going to need to do more. I also possibly have a condition called diabetes insipidus, which basically means that I urinate more than most people. And so I would get dehydrated faster than most people, as in if me and you both stopped drinking water, I would keep going to the bathroom and lose water while you would stay hydrated longer, if that makes sense. If you don't have diabetes insipidus, that is. I don't know for sure if I have that. I cannot be officially tested until I'm done nursing. And like I said, I'm still nursing while I'm making this video currently. So I was very nervous, as you could guess, about getting dehydrated. And on top of that, I'm nursing, right? So I can't get dehydrated if I'm nursing because then I would lose my milk supply. So that was the thing that I was the most nervous about. So I thought I'm going to double up on salt pills. I'm going to double up on electrolytes. I'm going to drink so much water and then I'll be good. Be no big deal. So let's just talk about how it went. So day 1 starts and I started out really strong. Today I'm feeling pumped as first days go. I'm sure tomorrow I will be not feeling as pumped, but today I feel really excited to start this new diet. Oh my goodness, you guys, we're still on day 1 of keto and it's only been a few hours. What time is it? It's 10:30. Did I film at like 9 before? It's only like 10:30. I ate my steak breakfast. My stomach hurts so bad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I am already so sick. Meal 1 of keto. It's going great. I only ate about 18 grams of carbs the whole day. It's always like the first day you're excited, you're all in, and then it gets harder later, right? So next morning I wake up and I was shaking. I got out of bed. I felt terrible. And I knew it wasn't the keto flu. I was pretty sure that my blood sugar was getting low. I don't know if you can see that, but I am just like super shaky and I just feel like lightheaded and like my heart is beating super fast. I don't know if this is a terrible idea for me. And that's when I knew my blood sugar was low. And I knew that feeling. I've had it before and I tested my blood sugar. It was around 60. Now, I Googled it, and Google told me if it was under 54, you need to go to the hospital. So when I was like, 60, that's pretty close to 54, I guess. I don't really know how close that is, and I don't know what it should be. But it said it should be above 70. Mine was 60, and that was after eating. So I was like, I need to eat more carbs. I was so nauseous. I could not stomach anything, but I had to force myself to eat, or else I was going to pass out. So I took a handful of my daughter's Cheerios, shoved them in my mouth, and was just sick for a couple hours. And I was so sick that I couldn't pick up my baby. I was afraid that I would drop him because I was so shaky and I felt like I was going to pass out at any minute. So I thought in that moment, of course your blood sugar would get low on the keto diet. You're not having carbs. That's normal. It's not normal. That's not normal. Your blood sugar should not get low eating on the keto diet. And I found that out later. But I went through the rest of the day. I added more carbs that day. So the first day I ate around 20 carbs. The second day I ate more around 50 carbs. Intentionally. I was tracking my carbs and I was like, I'm going to just up them today and I'm going to get into it slower. So the next morning I wake up and my blood sugar was even lower. I felt exactly the same. I knew exactly what was happening. My blood sugar was low. It was more around like 57, 58 today. So it was getting even closer to that. Whatever Google, I don't know if that's the truth or not, but Google told me under 54, head to the hospital. So when it was like 57, 58, I was like, ooh, that's not good. So I had another smoothie. I don't know why I thought smoothies were a good idea. Like they kill my stomach. Like having that many nutrients all at once in my body, my stomach does not like that. So I had it again. And this time I put some strawberries in it. and to add more carbs. And I tried to eat more carbs, and I was just feeling worse and worse, and I was just shaking, and it was just the worst feeling ever. And it took me again a few hours to get my blood sugar back up. And so that day I was like, okay, fine, I will eat a little more carbs today. And I still thought, I'm still doing this diet. This is normal. This is part of it. I thought it was normal. So on that third day, I ended up doing more around 80 to 90 carbs. And I thought for sure that's enough carbs. That's not even in ketosis. I'm sure that'll be good. And my husband was doing it with me, and he was definitely getting into ketosis. He had the classic keto flu symptoms. We've got the keto flu. He's got it really bad. How do you feel?
Like crap. I've got a headache. I'm just sort of having a hard time focusing. I get tired really fast, and I don't want to eat. Nothing really sounds good, so.
I had all those symptoms. However, I have all those symptoms all the time. So one benefit that came from this, my husband was able to feel what I feel all the time for one night when he was in ketosis. But his body was definitely going like textbook example of keto flu. It was exactly what everyone describes. And I was feeling that way, like as in my normal symptoms were worse than they normally are. But I don't even know if I was in ketosis because, like I said, I always have those symptoms, and my blood sugar was so low that I don't know. I was eating a lot of carbs, so I just don't see how I would have even gotten into ketosis, but whatever. I don't know. My husband was definitely in ketosis. Mine was definitely not on the normal side, getting low blood sugar. My husband ate even less carbs than me. He ate about 10 carbs every single day, 10 grams of carbs every day. And he did intermittent fasting, so he was only eating in a 4-hour window. I was eating all day, and my husband had no low blood sugar at all, and mine was low every morning. So that third day I ate 80 to 90 carbs. The next morning I woke up and I felt even worse than the past few mornings, even though I ate more carbs on that third day. Okay, you guys, day 4, and I'm a quitter. I quit. My fourth morning, I looked at my blood sugar, and it was 45. And according to Google, if it's under 54, you should go to the hospital. So I was like, I gotta get this up ASAP. I just ate a ton of fruit. I was like, I need to get as fast as I can, get my blood sugar up, as I don't want to go to the hospital right now. And I did end up getting it up to 60 within the next hour or so. But that's when my husband was like, Amy, this is not normal. You should not be having this happen. I started doing some research, and it was not a normal thing. Because up until this point, I kept thinking like low blood sugar with not a lot of carbs, that seems to make sense to me. But apparently it's not what's supposed to happen. And I could find hardly any information on it, in fact, and most everything that talked about being hypoglycemic or having low blood sugar said that it's with people who are diabetic who take too much insulin. And although I might have diabetes insipidus, that is completely different. So if you notice, I talked about diabetes. That's a different type of diabetes that deals with hormones in your kidneys, not with like your blood sugar, like the other diabetes, that kind of like the normal diabetes most people hear about. So anyways, I don't have diabetes, and I don't take insulin, and every article I read talked about diabetes for 99% of the article, and then at the very bottom it would have like one tiny paragraph saying, and if you don't have diabetes, it is possible, but it's very rare. And I started to think back to pregnancy. When I was pregnant, I had low blood sugar a lot. And my doctor said when you get pregnant, it kind of puts extra strain on all of your organs. So, for example, I have some gallbladder pain when I'm not pregnant. I have excruciating gallbladder pain when I'm pregnant. So I have some small gallbladder problems. When I get pregnant, those get way worse. So same thing with whatever blood sugar issues I have. I have those a little bit when I'm not pregnant. Like I can't fast, and I've known that for a long time. I can't fast at all. And then when I'm pregnant, I deal with low blood sugar very quickly and easily. I have to be eating pretty much all the time so that my blood sugar doesn't get low. And that's when I realized I think I have a blood sugar problem because I think most of the time I just naturally take care of it. So like I start to feel that way and I just eat because I know what it feels like to have my blood sugar getting low. And so I don't even really like consciously think about it. Like I just eat. And so I think that I have blood sugar issues that I just usually deal with naturally, basically. And keto diet is probably not a good idea. I did call my doctor. He told me, do not do keto. This is a terrible idea. He even said, I recommend keto to most people that for a lot of different reasons, weight loss, for hormone issues, for SIBO. He's like, I don't recommend keto for you. This is not a good idea. This is not good for you. I also at this point on the 4th day was starting to get really, I was feeling more dehydrated. I don't know at what point you're considered like fully dehydrated versus just like need more water, but I was feeling extremely thirsty. In fact, for days after, it just was worse and worse. And I pretty much always feel thirsty all the time. Like I don't remember ever not feeling thirst. I just want to drink water all the time. And if I do, then I get a stomach ache. So it's a super fun life I am living here. And Thursday, so I started on Monday. Thursday was the day that my blood sugar was super low. I called my doctor. He's like, Amy, don't do this. My husband was like, Amy, seriously, don't do this. And I did not want to quit. I didn't want to quit because I didn't want to feel like a failure. And that is the worst reason to not quit something because it was like harming my body. Also could, if I had kept going, it probably would have harmed my milk supply. And part of it may have been that I was nursing, and so my body's like giving everything to the baby and giving up on all the rest. I don't know. But I just did not want to quit. I liked the diet. I liked feeling in control. I felt like I'd finally found an answer that might work for me. And I didn't want to give up on it. I wanted to go slow into it. So I tried to think of every angle. Okay, what if I start with normal carbs and then every day I drop it by 5 until a year from now I've hit like keto? And I thought about other diets I could do that were like it. And I'm just trying to brainstorm everything I could do so I could still do this diet. I was like honestly sad. I was just like heartbroken. Like I wanted to do it so bad. But in the end, I knew that it wasn't healthy. And if my only reason for wanting to do it was because it's easier on my brain to be on a diet and to have control over something versus like eating whatever and not having control, it's a terrible reason for still doing it when it makes me so sick. So that is the reason why I quit keto. I know this is a very long, rambly video, and I just wanted to explain it, not even to you. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of you are wanting to know how keto is going, but just for me to kind of, I just needed to vent because I'm just sad about it, I guess. And I am now on a new journey. I had so many keto videos planned. Like, I did not think I'd be making this video today. I had like my whole schedule of videos planned out, and I had all these keto ideas, and it was going to be amazing. And I was going to show you all these results, and it was just going to be awesome, right? And that didn't happen because I'm not sure I've ever planned something and it actually went according to plan in my life. So now we have a new plan. I am working on my mental health around food. Through this process, I have found that I have a really unhealthy relationship with food. So Thursday's video, I'm going to go into detail about that. because that's my new journey. My new journey is healing my mind about food. I am really struggling with that. I just don't have a good relationship. I feel out of control with my food. I blame myself if I get sick, even though everything makes me sick. And that's my new journey. So the videos that I plan to make are not going to be happening. And I have a new journey. So I hope you'll join with me. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Don't miss Thursday's video, and I will go into more detail about the new journey that I'm going on and some of the struggles that I personally have had with food. So even though keto didn't work out, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep going, you guys. And we're going to fight our chronic illnesses together. So I hope you will join me, and I will see you next time.